All right, so recently I found myself looking through all of my old journals and all of the actual journals that I'm using today, and it's a ton of note taking. I have an ideas journal, a thoughts journal, and just a regular journal, and then I have a lot of to-do lists and things like that. And I wanted to actually compress all that stuff and put it into something that is a lot more travel friendly, because I also like to read graphic novels and I needed something with a big screen. I have two of these e-ink tablets right now. This one is more for productivity and also for using it as an e-reader for my graphic novels. So what I decided to do is go with the Boox Air 4C because it ticked a bunch of the boxes that I needed. I wanted something with color, I wanted something with decent battery, and I wanted something that would be travel friendly and to have a decent size so I could actually read the graphic novels very well. I wanted something that I'm not going to use Wi-Fi for. I can get on Wi-Fi and I'll download stuff off of the Kindle app on here because it does have the Google Play Store, which is great. And I read graphic novels constantly. And that's really what I wanted to replace, is having a ton of graphic novels, something that I could travel with and something I could journal with, a nice tactile feedback like the EMR pens and the paper-like display feel that this thing has. It's absolutely incredible, and that's what we're going to go over in today's video. One of the really big reasons that I went with something like this is because it has a paper-like texture to it. Now, I will say that it's not going to replace paper. I don't think anything can. That's just such an intimate feeling, and it's a very unique feeling that you'll get. But this is probably as close as you can get to it in a technical sense. The feel of this is very, very close to a piece of paper on a desk by itself almost. A flat desk, maybe like metal. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you get that feedback, and it just feels as close to paper as you possibly can. One of the best parts of this obviously is the e-reader side of it. It does have color. It doesn't have a lot because they haven't made the technology for that yet. It does suffer from that. It's not as good as an iPad, but that's not what I'm looking for whenever I'm looking at a device like this. With an iPad, there's so much going on, or that can go on, and this won't handle it. It's like a dumbed down iPad. It's almost like a piece of paper met an iPad, and this is what came out. And I love that about it. I like to minimize distraction. If I go somewhere with my iPad and this, I'll probably more than likely end up using my iPad for other things rather than doing things that are actually constructive with my life. And having something where I can just sit down, read, it's not going to give me strain on my eyes, is really, really nice. And I just like the e-reader that is built into this one. And it's nice to have a front light that can change and adjust temperatures and change the brightness as well. I like to use it whenever the light is completely off and you're in the sun. I think that's when you get the best look from it. And the comic books, in my opinion, look like old school comic books, so the colors aren't as rich as the newer ones. And I'm not saying I would choose this over a hardback, but if I'm taking this to travel, I'm not going to load my bag down with a bunch of journals or a bunch of graphic novels, because that adds up very quickly in your weight. My screen time has gone down substantially since I got the e-readers or the e-ink tablets because I have been so focused on this, and I've had this for over a month now. So it is true that this keeps you away from your phone. There's so many little things that you can be doing, like you can make a lot of lists and also kind of check in with how much you're using your phone. It's just really nice to have this on your desk and keep your phone away if you can. I think that using your computer in conjunction with this is really, really nice, because if you're working and you usually go to your phone or something like this is going to keep you from using your phone, unless you're using your phone for work, obviously. But if I'm at my computer, emails and stuff, then I'll go to this and my phone won't be near me. So that's been really nice to minimize distraction. I don't have a physical copy of a graphic novel to put beside this whenever I'm just reading, so you can't really tell a difference in your mind which one looks better. But if you do put them beside each other, you can tell that the colors from the original, like they're supposed to be, looks a lot better than the screens on these. As of now, I'm not sure how the future will look, but right now they just look like pastel colors and kind of like an old comic book. The build quality, I cannot imagine this being any better. It's fantastic. It's so thin, and it's just great. I love it. I love that it has the handle on the side almost where you can flip it, and I end up reading mine with my right hand a lot in the bed. And it has an auto rotate if you want it on, but I'll lay in bed like this and read that way. So it's just really great to have that little handle on the side. I'm sure there's a lot of, like, the battery and stuff are probably in there, and that's why they did that. But I mean, if you're somebody that is left-handed, it would be great because you can just flip it and then write on the other side, so this part doesn't get in your way. So I think that was a really good design idea for Boox to make, and I'm calling it Boox, not Boox, because I don't like the way Boox sounds. It's kind of weird. I'm not really sure how to say it, but it is a really, really, really high quality and good design. You would think that Apple made this, which I hate to say, but it is true. Here's my iPad right here, and I have not used it once since I got this, and you can see that the iPad Pro is quite large in comparison, and I do have the paper-like feel on this one, the little film that goes on there, and as far as the writing experience, not even remotely close. This is the Apple Pencil on the iPad with the paper-like film. Okay. When I had this, I thought it was great. Until I got this. It's just night and day. It's crazy how good, like, and then the iPad. It's not even comparable how good the writing experience is with these. The pen that it comes with is not great. I actually ended up getting the Remarkable 2 pen. It's a EMR pen, so this doesn't have any batteries, which I absolutely love. Not having any batteries, you can just pick it up, write it, never worry about it. My other tablet does have one that needs a battery, so it has to stay charged. It's kind of annoying, but I would like to think that I could just set this down somewhere and not have to worry about it being stuck to the side of my tablet. It's a small inconvenience to have a battery, but it is really nice that they went with the EMR technology for the specific e-ink tablets. The startup time, whenever you power it completely off, not great. But whenever you put it into sleep mode by just clicking the top, it boots right back up immediately. I mean, no time at all. And it does have fingerprint access and also a 4-pin code, whichever one you want to choose. The fingerprint kind of acts a little funny sometimes, though. It's not great in my opinion. I find myself entering my code more than my fingerprint works. It does work sometimes, but not all the time. That's kind of a downfall of this. The Boox Air 4C will never replace paper. No e-reader will. Paper is such a big part of the foundation of what we are as humans. We've been writing on paper forever, and it's just not gonna change. I mean, you can say it's going green by going this way, but I'm sure there's a lot more at stake than a few trees to make this thing. There's no telling what the carbon footprint is. I don't know. I have not done research about that. I'm just saying it probably took a lot more than a few trees to make this little guy right here. Comic books, graphic novels, and books are amazing. I don't see how it could get any better than this, considering what it is and the technology of where it's at right now. I absolutely love it. It's so easy to read in bed. It doesn't wake my wife up. The bright lights aren't there. There's not a ton of notifications flooding in whenever I'm trying to read. I know you can put it on Do Not Disturb on the iPad, but it's just nice to not even have to worry about that. I just keep the Wi-Fi completely off, the Bluetooth completely off unless I'm typing, and I like to just lay in bed and read my graphic novels and then fall into my blissful sleep. And this is perfect for that. Journaling and note-taking, obviously huge for me, and yes, I have a smaller one that I use for journaling, but sometimes I like to write bigger and I like to take notes, and I like to keep track of things in my life, and that's kind of where this comes in. It's kind of like a hybrid work personal journal situation. So I actually love that for this too, and it's really nice to have the tools to highlight things with the color pens, and just having various pen tools within the actual note tab, and having a bunch of templates also. I wish they had more, because I would like to just have a to-do list, but you can make your own, and then you can copy that template over and over again as well, which is great. You can also bring PDFs in and have them within the notes where you can manipulate them however you want to, and you can sign PDFs here as well. I've done that a lot already, just because it's simple. It's really easy to share things to this from your computer. I really think that this is for people that like to travel, keep a small footprint, who want to get away from the distractions of the everyday life. It's really hard now to do that. I mean, we're always on our phones, always on our iPads. We have shit in front of us all the time, and this is just a distraction-free zone. My time has just minimized so much on my phone, and I'm very proud of that. There is something about the tangible feeling of a notebook that just doesn't, I mean, you just can't beat it. This, I mean, it just goes anywhere. And when you do have notebooks, you can throw them in a drawer and you can lock them up and keep them safe forever, essentially. That's one thing that worries me about having something like this, is that what if, you know, they stop giving it updates, or it crashes out and all my journaling is completely gone. Yes, you can put them on a cloud, and I understand that, but as far as privacy goes, don't you want to keep your journals to yourself? That's one issue that I have with any kind of e-ink tablet that you plan on journaling with, is that the safety that you have between yourself, your journal, can all be easily done by throwing this in a safe and a lock. This, you have to connect to the internet and upload your stuff, and it just kind of gets weird. It doesn't feel as safe and as intimate as writing in a journal. There's a few things that I wish that this had, and if you purchase one of these, you'll realize it. I believe it needs more templates. There's not a lot. I mean, there's enough to do notes and stuff, but there's not a lot. I mean, there's not even a to-do list. We need more templates is what I'm asking for. I would love to see them make a smaller one, and I know they have the Palma 2, and that's great, but that's like a phone. I wanted one that's bigger, like the Remarkable Move, which is my other one that I have. But I just wish they would have done it so I could have stayed in their ecosystem. But unfortunately, the phone size one, something like this, it was just too small. Like, I don't know what I can't write on this. I need something like 7.5 inches. And the battery life is not as good as I thought it would be, considering it's just an e-ink device. Even though I cut everything off, I still, for some reason, cannot keep the battery that long. It'll stay alive for about a week, and that's if you're using it kind of seldom. So really, at the end of the day, it's just a dumbed down Android 13 tablet that feels like paper. The battery's going to last a bit longer, and it's not going to be as distracting. That's what it is. An overpriced piece of technology that I just happen to love and think that it's just everything now. I'm just really happy that I did not go with the iPad this time, and this has just been such a joy to use. And I will do a deeper review on this if you want to know more things about it, because there is a lot to it. I just wanted to give you like a brief overview of what I've been doing with this tablet and how it's been helping me personally, as a professional and in my personal life. So thank you guys so much for watching this unique video, and until next time, peace.